Welcome to a course on sequence and series. In this lecture, we are going to see comparison test. This comparison test is one of the most and first test to check the convergence of a series. Right? Let us get into the proof of this theorem and we will see plenty of examples of how to apply this theorem. Now, in the first part of this theorem, what we are given with this information: absolute of an is smaller than or equals Cn. Okay, this is true after a certain stage. Then, if this series converge, okay, that is the sum of the terms Cn. This series converge. This implies summation an converges. This is what we need to prove. Okay, let us denote summation I runs from 1 to n. Here we are given with Ci and Ai, right? So the Ci we may take it as Tn. Okay. Similarly, summation I runs from 1 to n. Ai, let us take it as Sn. Right? By Cauchy's criterion for convergence of series, what do we have? Here we are given that summation Cn converges. Okay, summation Cn converges. This implies summation Cm minus summation Cn is less than epsilon after a certain stage, right? After m bigger than or equals n. Okay, sorry, m comma n bigger than or equals n. This is going to be true. And this, in a simpler notation, we may write it as what? Tm, right? So Tm minus Tn less than epsilon. When we look at it as a sequence, that is the sequence of sum of partial terms, we may write this way. Okay. Here, what is given? Each term an is less than or equals after a certain stage. Here let us take this stage to be n0. Okay, since it is given n0, we are taking n0, that's it. And now consider absolute of sum of the terms, right? Here I am just going to make the sum of the terms. I am going to make the sum of these terms and take absolute. This is, it is going to be something like this, right? By the triangle inequality. And this is less than what? Here each term is less than this thing. So summation Cn. Now putting together, what we are going to have is that I am just going to denote this as with the help of this S and D's, right? So Sm minus Sn will be smaller than or equals what? Absolute of Sm minus absolute of Sn. Even if I put absolute here, it is not going to bother, right? And this will be less than or equals absolute of Tm minus Tn, which is less than epsilon, that we know for sure by Cauchy criterion of convergence of series. So using that, what we can establish? We can establish this sequence Sn also converge. Sequence Sn converges means this implies what? This is going to give you your summation an converges. Right? This is what we have in the first part. And in the second part, we have this. Now, the terms are positive. Okay. Now, this may also be written in the form that dn smaller than or equals an, right? Okay. Now, what is given? Summation dn diverges. Which means, if you take the sum of terms, again using the Cauchy criterion for convergence of series, your summation dm minus summation dn, okay, is bigger than epsilon, right? So using this, what may you write here? Okay, if you are going to have suppose if you take summation I runs from 1 to n, di as here we have used st. Okay, let me write it as un. So absolute of um minus un bigger than epsilon. So with this, with the help of this, what we may write, we may compare um minus un, and this is to be compared with sm minus sn. Here you may notice that each term in A, this is the biggest quantity, right? So it is going to be of something of this form. When you revert it, what are you going to get? You are going to get this case, right? So this gives you what? Absolute of Sm minus Sn is also bigger than epsilon. And this proves what? Summation An diverges, right? And this completes the proof of this theorem. Okay, in this theorem, the proof is okay, fine. Let that be in one side. When you blindly look at the statement of this theorem, you may notice that here, if you have, we are comparing the terms in two different series, right? In the first part, Cn was supposed to be the larger term than the terms in An, right? When the series with larger term converge, the series with smaller term must also converge. That is what we have proved in the first part. And in the second part, when the series with smaller term diverge, the series with the bigger term must also diverge, right? That we can easily assume and see. Let us see few problems to illustrate the comparison test. First, let us look into the problem summation 1 upon under root 5n square plus 7n plus 11. Okay, before making use of the comparison test to solve the series, we will have to remember the previous things that we have learned. That is, summation 1 upon n power p converges for p bigger than 1, right? And for p smaller than or equals 1, it is going to be divergent. And summation x power n converges for absolute of x smaller than 1. For other cases, it is going to be divergent or oscillatory, right? As of now, we are not interested in dealing with oscillatory, oscillates finitely or oscillates infinitely or divergent. We categorize everything into simply divergent case. Suppose if in the options you are given with oscillates finitely or oscillates infinitely, that kind of options are given in the options, then you will have to see what kind of thing that is happening. If not, you can simply categorize everything into divergent case. Okay, here in this problem we will have to identify one more thing. We are given with only one series, whereas in the comparison test we need two series so that the comparisons can be done, and we will have to talk about its convergence, right? Here the second series we will have to identify. Okay, the series that we are going to identify must be clear to us, which means we will have to try and get some series which is of this form, because we know about the convergence of these two series. So with the help of these two series only, we are going to study the convergence of the upcoming series. Okay, here if you are given with some series of this form, look at the highest power of n in the numerator as well as in the denominator. Okay, as of now in the series we are given with an, cn, dn, these kind of terms were given. Before getting into it, let me give you something called limit form of comparison test. That will be most helpful when we work out problems, right? So it is just the modified version of comparison test, and it is also sometimes known as practical comparison test. Okay, suppose we are given with two series, that is, if summation u1 is the given series, okay, we will have to identify some series that is summation vn. then we will have to identify the general term. We have to just make the comparison of terms, okay, whether un is bigger than or equals vn, or vn is bigger than or equals un, and this comparison has to be there. Okay, sometimes a series may be defined in two different forms as well. That also we will see in the upcoming lecture. Sorry, in this lecture itself, right? So the fixing of that stage will be important in certain cases. Okay, that I will explain while working out that problem. Here, this is the series that we considered. Okay, then we will have to identify the general terms of these two series, and we will have to find out this quantity, that is un upon vn, right? And we will have to take limit n approaches to infinity to this, and if we are going to get a non-zero finite limit, okay, this must be the case. If it is so, then you can say if summation vn converge, un converges. If it diverges, it is also divergent. Right? This will be the better one to do with. Right? So how are we going to squeeze, or how are we going to select the summation vn is a question. For that, look for the highest terms here. Highest power of n in the numerator as well as in the denominator. Okay. Here we are given that your un is 1 upon under root 5n square plus 7n plus 11. Okay. We will have to select vn. Okay. Vn can be 1. In the numerator we do not have n, which means we are just having only 1. So half, it is 1. Okay. In the denominator, what is the highest power of n? It is under root 2. Okay, we have under root inside which we have 5n square. Okay, this is the largest term. So take that itself as your vn. Okay, if you feel this is quite difficult for you to work with, leave that 5. Okay, leave the 5 and take under root n square itself, because it is just a matter of choosing a constant or not. So even if we leave the constant, it is not a bother. We have this thing. Okay, and this is what? This is simply 1 upon n. Okay, and what is un upon vn? It is 1 upon under root 5n square plus 7n plus 11 upon 1 upon n. So this is going to be n upon under root 5n square plus 7n plus 11. When you take n outside in the denominator, you will have 5 plus 7 upon n plus 11 upon n square. This n and n gets cancelled, and when you take limit n approaches infinity to this un upon vn, what are you going to get? In the numerator you will have 1, whereas in the denominator you are going to have under root 5 as this, and this quantity approaches 0. So this is the non-zero finite quantity, and you know that summation 1 upon n diverge. Okay, since summation 1 upon n diverges, the given series un diverges. Okay, now let us go to the second problem. Right, let me not work out it completely. For the upcoming problems, let me give you the shortcuts. Right, so it is summation 1 upon n power 4 plus 7n square plus 11n plus 13 to the power 1 upon 3. So this is what you are going to choose as un. So this quantity is your un. Here identifying vn is the matter of choice. Right, once you identify vn, with the help of vn you can directly say whether it is convergent or divergent. Okay, if it is asked in your semester examinations, you will have to do all those things. If it is MCQ type, you can simply choose vn, and with the help of vn you can come to a conclusion. Okay, for most of the competitive exams it is MCQ. So it is important to choose Vn. Okay, what is going to be Vn here? Here in the numerator we have only 1. In the denominator highest power of n is 4, that is n power 4. You have to the power 1 upon 3 as well. So when you choose n power 4 to the power 1 upon 3, and it is going to be 1 upon n power 4 by 3. Okay, since this 4 by 3 is a quantity which is bigger than 1, your summation Vn converges, and this implies what? Your given series converges, right? Next, let us consider the example summation n power 4 plus 1 to the power 1 upon 4 minus n. Okay, till now things were well and good, right? Here we have something of this sort. Whenever we see n only in the numerator, we think that it is going to be divergent, but it may not be the case as well. Okay, whenever you have something of this sort, try to find out something in this form, rational form. Okay, for which let me consider my un to be n power 4 plus 1 to the whole power 1 upon 4 minus n. Okay, let me multiply and divide by its reciprocal, that is n power 4 plus 1 to the power 1 upon 4 plus n divided by the same thing. So the value is not altered. When you multiply it, you are going to have what? N power 4 plus 1, 1 upon 4 plus 1 upon 4, that is going to become, it is in the form of a minus b into a plus b. So it is going to be a square minus b square. So this becomes, when you manipulate it, you are going to get 1 upon 2 minus n square upon n power 4 plus 1 to the power 1 upon 4 plus n. Even you have to repeat the same thing, that is n power 4 plus 1 to the power 1 upon 2 plus n square upon n power 4 plus 1 upon to the power 1 upon 2 plus n square. So when you do it again in the numerator, it is in the form of a minus b into a plus b. So it is going to be n power 4 plus 1, half of becomes 1, and minus n power 4 upon n power 4 plus 1 to the power 1 by 4 plus n times of n power 4 plus 1 to the power 1 upon 2 plus n square. Right? It is simply 1 upon n power 4 plus 1 to the power 1 upon 4 plus n, n power 4 plus 1 to the power 1 upon 2 plus n square. Okay, this is your un. Now we will have to identify Vn. In the numerator we have only 1. Okay, since this is a product of two terms, from each term you will have to identify the leading one. Okay, it is n power 4 and it is simply n. N power 4 to the power 1 by 4. That becomes what? When you manipulate it, you are going to get only n. So n is the leading term in this. Okay, whereas in this you have n squared here. When here also n power 4 to the power 1 by 2. So when you manipulate it, you are going to get what? N square. So n square. When the terms are in multiplication, you will have to find out your Vn this way, right? So it is going to be 1 upon n cube, right? Here your summation Vn converges. This is going to imply your summation Un converges, right? Example that we are going to consider is summation n power 32 plus n power 17 to the power 1 by 32 minus n. Okay, just like we have done in the previous example, we will have to do in this example as well. This is our un, right? So we must try to bring something in the denominator, that is, we must try to write this in a rational form, for which we are multiplying by its conjugate. Okay, In the numerator, what it is in the form of a square a minus b into a plus b. So it is going to become what? N power 32 plus n power 17, and it becomes 1 power 16 minus n square upon this quantity. As of now, let me write, for the simplicity purpose, let me write this quantity as what? Simply n1. Okay, or simply let me write it as n32. Okay, so we have n32 here, just to denote this thing. Okay, and now we are going to multiply and divide by its conjugate. 1 power 16 plus n upon n power 32 plus n power 17 to the power 1 power 16 plus n, and this quantity let me denote it by n16. Okay, this quantity I am writing by n16. It is just a matter of convenience. Right, and numerator is going to become what? So a square a minus b into a plus b, again a square minus b square. So n power 32 plus n power 17 to the power 1 upon 8 minus, sorry, here we have n square. Okay, so n power 4 upon n32 n16. Right, again we are going to do the same. 1 power 8, right? So 1 power 8 plus n power 4 upon n power 32 plus n 10 upon plus this thing, and in the numerator we are going to get n power 32 plus n power 17 to the power 1 upon 4 plus, sorry, minus n power 8 upon, let us denote this quantity by n8. Okay, so this is n32, n16, n8. Again, n power 32 plus n power 17 to the power plus n power 32 plus n power 17 to the power 1 upon 4 plus n power 8, and this is going to become what? N power 32 plus n power 17 half minus n power 16 upon n32, n16, n8, and let us call this as n4. Okay, n4. So this is going to be n power 32 plus n power 17 to the power 1 by 2 plus n power 16 upon n power 32 plus n power 17 to the power 1 upon 2 plus n power 16, and this is going to be what? Simply n power 32 plus n power 17. So half becomes 1, and we have minus n power 16 plus n power 16, and that becomes minus n power 32, and let us denote this by n2, and hence what we are going to have? N power 30, n32, n16, n8, n4 and n2. Okay, and finally in the numerator you are going to have what? N power 17 upon n32, n16, n8, n4 and n2. Now we will have to identify some suitable Vn, and with the help of that Vn we may talk about the convergence of this series. Right? Let us choose Vn. In the numerator what do we have? We have n power 17. Okay, good. In the denominator, now we will have to identify the leading terms in this n32, n16, n8, n4 and n2. Okay, in n32 the leading term is what? N power 32. Okay, so power 1 by 32, which means what? It becomes n. Here also we have n, so n is the leading term. Okay, in n16 it is n power 32 to the power 1 by 16, which means it becomes n power 32 upon 16 means n square. Here also we have n square, so no issues. Then similarly calculating here, you are going to have n power 4, and here you are going to have n power 8, and here you are going to have what? n power 16. So combining all these things, what are you going to get? So you are going to get 24, 28, 30, 31. So n power 31. Right? So this is 1 upon n power 31 minus 17, which is 1 upon n power 14. So this is your Vn. Summation Vn converges. This implies what? Summation Un also converges. Now let me make a small change in this problem. Instead of n power 17 here, I am changing this to n power 31. Okay, what is going to happen? So when I change this as n power 31, this will be n power 31, n power 31. In all the places we will have to change these things into n power 31. Okay, I am not changing this, I am just noting all those things. So here you will have n power 31, here you will have n power 31. So it is going to be what? N power 31, 31 will get cancelled, and your Vn will be simply 1. That is, summation Vn is summation 1. Summation Vn diverges. This will imply you that summation Un diverges. Okay. Supposing in this problem, instead of specifying these things, okay, n power 17 or n power 31, it is specified simply n power p. Then the question is, for what value of p the given series is convergent? This may be the question. How are we going to do it? So when we proceeded this way, we will have n power p here, right? So in this calculation, we will have n power 31 minus p. Right? As of now, take this 31 minus p as some p1. And we know that summation 1 upon n power p1 converges if p1 is bigger than 1, and diverges if p1 is smaller than or equals 1. So what is p1? It is 31 minus p. It has to be bigger than 1. Right? This tells you what? 31 minus 1 is bigger than p. So which means p has to be less than 30. When your p is smaller than 30, your series is going to be a convergent one. Right? And implies summation Un converges. For this case, what is going to happen? That is 31 minus p smaller than or equals 1, which means your 31 minus 1 smaller than or equals p. Therefore, for p bigger than or equals 30, summation Un diverges. Right? So we will see another example. Let me give you something quite different. Okay. Summation Un. We have to check the convergence of this series, where Un is defined in the form of 1 upon n if n is odd. Okay. 1 upon n square if n is even. Right. So when you try to write this series, what will you get? Explicitly writing this series, you are going to get simply 1 plus 1 by 2 square plus 1 upon 3 plus 1 upon 4 square plus 1 upon 5 plus 1 upon 6 square, and it goes this way. Right? Here, let me take only the odd terms. Okay? That is 1 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 5, and it goes this way, plus 1 by 2 square plus 1 by 4 square plus this thing. This is my given series, right? Here, can we make use of comparison test? Of course not. Because we do not have any generalization for this. Right? This is the given generalization. And with the help of that, you cannot identify some Vn that is satisfying all the requirements. Now we will have to think in other way. What could be that other way? Here, you may look at it. Right? So this part is what? It is some taking half of the terms in the series summation 1 upon n. Right? Is this series convergent? No, right? So this is a divergent series. When this is a divergent series, this tells you what? When you make the sum of all the terms in this series, you are not going to get a finite quantity. You are going to get some infinite quantity. Right? You are taking a half of it in this series. So this part will not give you some finite sum. So when this part is not going to give you a finite sum, how will the entire thing will give you a finite sum? Hence, the given series diverges. In the upcoming lecture, we will see few more problems on these concepts as well as for the Cauchy condensation test. Thank you for watching.